Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the voice of poker. This man was the first person to commentate on live poker on TV, Mr. Jesse May.
Congratulations, guys. Two players who have guaranteed themselves a whole bunch of money. One of them is going to win a whole bunch more, plus a place in Irish poker history as the 2010 Irish Open champion. Now, Paul, congratulations on getting this far. Obviously, you guaranteed yourself a big win. You're the chip leader here going to the heads up. What would winning the Irish Open title mean to you?
It's unbelievable. Unreal, especially when I live from Ireland myself.
And it seems like you kind of feel like you've got the shoulders of Limerick upon you.
Yeah, I've good support. I want to buy some Limerick, or they'll support me.
James, only 20 years old, and this is clearly the biggest spot you've ever faced in your life.
Yeah, definitely. But hopefully there's a few more along the line. But
now, I know you've also brought on a lot of friends, a lot of young guys. What kind of advice have they been giving you for this final table?
not lose. And yeah, just to play my game and try and be aggressive. And it seemed to work out. I got a bit lucky along the way, but happy with that.
Well, best of luck. And Paul, I mean, obviously winning this title in front of all your friends, is that
unbelievable? Unreal.
Well, best of luck in the final. Two guys, they're pretty close in chips, heads up, but only one is going to be the Irish Open champion. Gentlemen, how about a handshake for luck, and then we'll start. Best of luck to both of you. And here we go. Start of this heads up. I mean, how do you handicap this, Parg?
There's very little. My only prediction is that it's going to be quick, because both of these lads have proved they like to play pretty fast pre-flop.
Any edge for you to hear, Dan?
I would have to give a slight edge to Carr here. He has the more chips, and I think he's been playing a little bit better the last hour and a half.
And I guess you can't really underestimate the confidence of having those guys cheer every time you win a pot.
Bet 200,000.
Well, it's fantastic, isn't it? Now, whatever happens here, we're going to have the youngest ever Irish Open champion. You get 30-year-old and a 20-year-old. Either will qualify.
Check a bet. Bet 500,000.
How difficult is it for Mitchell to sort of change his mind about this hand?
Well, the 10 was an uncomfortable card for Mitchell. He knows it didn't really help him. Well, it helped him in the sense it gives him a straight draw, but there are three. It wasn't enough. The straight draw with the clubs out there, it makes it tough, because if the card that completes the straight draw, there's also a club, he's going to be a very unhappy camper.
50,000 to play.
50,000 to play, as he say.
Race 150,000.
He's on a bit of autopilot here, Carr. Just feeling the groove.
Wow. We could have a little bit of bloodletting here.
And a call.
Ooh.
That's a change of tactics, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, this is going to be an action flop.
He's trying to bring a little bit of deception into it.
It's looked a lot like a deuce.
Yes.
And I get the feeling that Mitchell has come up with a new sort of strategy here, which does involve playing flops since this heads-up began, or perhaps not re-raising so much.
Well, you know, Mitchell has got a, the Limerick guys might be making a lot of noise, but there's quite a few of the London lads who are close to Mitchell. talking to him during the breaks and advising him on tactics.
Rather than the shouting, they're more fans of the whispering in the ear.
Yeah.
Check a bet.
What's that? Sometimes the whisper is louder than the roar.
575.
575,000.
James makes a bet of 575,000.
And, how different is ace high now than it was before?
Well, you haven't hit any of your outs. And he's fired on all 3 streets.
Any call.
James shows King, Queen, and King, Queen.
That was a roar from London. Carr's won the bulk of the pots, but Mitchell winning a very big one there and snatching the chip lead back.
250,000 total. 150.
Just thinking of, he has, yeah, what makes this hand different from all other hands? Time is right, maybe.
Maybe Mitchell has picked up something from Carr's demeanor. I don't know.
This would be in the weaker side of hands Carr has raised with.
275 score.
Well, that's certainly a call that hasn't made Mitchell feel too good. He made that he sized that raise not to get called, didn't he?
Yeah. King of clubs, 7 of hearts, 6 of hearts.
Oh, good.
It's just you can't bottle this, can you? But with the sevens, is there
Check.
or is it too late to control the size of this pot?
Well, you can check it if you want, but he figures to have the best hand with the sevens. And that's what happens if you... it can happen.
Do you get the feeling that Mitchell told himself he was checking to induce a bluff, but he didn't want to admit that he was terrified that the guy had the king and he was about to get raised?
Well, the king was a dangerous enough card. But,
James bets 400,000.
and they could have found out quite cheaply on the flop for a bet of like...
All in.
Wow. Wow. That's how the momentum can switch. Quick. Was it a mistake to check on the flop, Dan, or just unlucky?
I would have led on the flop.
Something, anyway.
Yes.
And Limerick, when they have something to cheer about, they make sure to get it all in, don't they? Well, Dan, as you were saying, how many times have the leaders switched, and the same numbers, really?
Absolutely.
And they're switched without anybody getting into trouble at any stage. Plenty of room here to play.
I think, though, that 4 million number may be the first time either player has cracked that milestone. No, it's semantics, really. Both players have gotten to 3-9 and lost again.
5,000 more.
Carr's limped this hand, so quite easy for him to take the flop off here. And flop word we go. Yeah, this is going to be trouble for Mitchell. Because, Dan, just sort of with the momentum thing, if Carr does the little wave all-in thing, it's going to really get under his fingernails.
240,000.
James bets 240,000. All re-raises.
750 total.
750,000 in total.
do you think back to inspiring Irish Open victories, Parg? I mean, well, there's so many, I guess. Ivan Donaghy was pretty inspiring, wasn't he? I don't remember.
Call.
Call.
Did Suitcase Johnny ever win?
The Irish Open? No.
Raise 175,000.
Now this could get itchy.
Re-raise to 675,000.
Oops.
All in. Call.
Oh my gosh! How quick did that happen?
Went,
It was 600 from Carr, 600 from Mitchell,
5,000 all in.
re-raise from Carr.
Ace of spades, diamonds.
Mitchell's all in. That even felt wow. He was like he was expecting it. All the chips have ended up in the pot here. Well, Carr's got a chance to be champion here.
Yeah.
It's Mitchell the one at risk. Where's the 6?
King of diamonds, tray of spades, queen of clubs.
That would open up the possibility for some split pots.
Yeah, and Carr's well aware of that. He's looking for a picture.
Now the nuts flush draw for James.
Anything that could pair the board without being a club.
And the river.
No,
It's a club.
no. I
He's
think
hit a 6, but it's made the flush.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, Parg. Exactly what's happened.
Well,
I think
the crowd thought that when they heard the announcement of the 6, but obviously Carr knew immediately.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm a lot happier because they celebrated when I won. This makes me happy.
Okay, so
And for Carr, he's still going to be left with $2 million. Needs to gather himself back up.
Yeah.
This one's
A couple of deep breaths.
yeah.
And
This
just
one
get
is
back
far
to
from
Just
over.
get back to doing what he was doing.
Right. Mitchell, well, this is the biggest chip lead we've seen tonight. 67% of the ones in play.
Well, finally getting it, yeah. A bit late now.
It's a bit of a
On.
language problem there. I think I think Mitchell was trying to wind him up with a throwing in the towel crack, which Carr thought was you finally got a towel.
5,000 more.
No harm done.
Carr's lipped here. And Mitchell's raised. This is how the ace-6, ace-9 part started off.
Call.
And this time, Carr's throwing a screwball into the wrench.
The flop is queen of hearts, 9 of clubs, 5 of hearts.
Now, if Mitchell bets here, is now the time for... Oh. That's the best way for Carr to get on here.
300,000?
Paul has bet 300,000.
How much do you behind?
1.5, 1.675, 1.6.
I'm all in.
All in. Call.
Whoa!
Hit these aces well.
Fucking aces. James shows king of hearts, 5 of clubs.
Well, this is the spot Carr was looking for, obviously. Now he has to make it hold up. This is Mitchell's chance to win the tournament.
Yeah.
Carr's done well.
Still just a 3-to-1 shot, Mitchell. Mitchell 5, a king, runner first straight, 2 running hearts.
They'll be jumping from the rafters of Limerick if these aces hold.
It certainly
This is
will.
very tense.
And the turn is a 2 of diamonds.
Wow, they're tense. They're not going to shout till the river. Nobody is. Title will swing on this.
If you notice, this is the second or third time I've noticed when Carr has a good hand and he's raised and he makes the call, he gives a big sigh like, oh, damn, I got to call this. That I believe you're starting to see a telling operation here that you can take advantage of.
Well, the old side trick is an old Irish tradition, Dan.
And James Mitchell saw it all swing there.
I think we've seen the same thing happen twice in a row, like from both of them.
Oh, to Carr as well.
Once somebody gets to 4 million, they want to get 2 million into a pot and try and end it then and there.
Exactly. They think they're on basically a free roll. They can end it there. They're an underdog.
Yeah, there have been 2 swipes at the finishing line, and neither has succeeded, leaving Carr the temporarily dominator. Oh my gosh, Carr with the check raise here. And what a time he's picked for it. I wonder if it's just the sort of the texture of this board. I mean, he's stuck a lot of money in here, or does this have something to do perhaps with trying to change the momentum, having just gone behind? And
well, it might be just giving Mitchell a bit of his own now. Wow.
They're both on completely out the window here. There's 1.2 million in here.
Now he can bluff with the best hand.
1 million?
That's a big bet. It's a... He still must in the back of his mind have to be thinking Mitchell's got a queen, right? Carr was the spitting image of the Finn who left the table about 3 hours ago there, wasn't he?